Okay. Can I talk to the camera and not look at my viewfinder? Let's see if I can do this. Okay. Hi everybody. If you've never seen me before, my name is Madison and I am the Traveling Knitter. I have been knitting for 2 decades and I've been also spinning for about 3 years now. I'm known as a traveling knitter over on Instagram, and I normally film short form content and mostly actually like photos on Instagram. That's what I'm known for. I also am a knitwear designer. You can find my patterns over on Ravelry as MADesigns Knitwear. That is my design company's name. But mostly, I love to knit. I've been knitting, like I said, for two decades. I started out knitting baby blankets essentially, all the way up to now where I do brioche, cables, color work, anything, you can name it, and I design my own patterns as well. So, for those who've been here before, not here, that would be kind of weird, but have seen me before online. Hi guys, I've missed you. I took a little bit of a break. I think I posted once in January and then I was like, you know what? I need some time off. There's been a lot going on in my personal life and I've been wanting to keep my personal life personal. I think that's kind of fair. I really do enjoy sharing with all of you what I've been working on, and so I've missed sharing with everybody. But I've also taken a new approach to 2025. I wanted to slow down, not do as many knits, and focus more on like what I'm really enjoying, and the process of knitting, as well as the process of spinning. So, that being said, here I am starting a YouTube channel. It's not my first one. I've done this before. I was part of a duo way back in the day called The Real Knitwives of Hunterdon County, because I live in Hunterdon, New Jersey. Hunterdon County, New Jersey, I should say. And I had a lot of fun doing that with my friend Tori. But I want to do now, which is what I've been doing on Instagram, or what I had been doing on Instagram, which is my Thursday Ramblings. And so this series is called Thursday Ramblings with the Traveling Knitter. I have a little bit different of a setup, and this is the background right now. What's behind me is my desk. This is literally the best lighting in my office at the moment because it's currently storming, and if you used to watch my videos when I was filming with Tori, I have a huge skylight in my office that brings in a lot of light, or it doesn't, and right now it's just messing with things. So this is not my forever background, but it is for today. And you know, I have gone through the whole, well, it's not the right conditions, I don't have everything together, I don't think I'm ready to film, and I'm done putting this off. I've missed you, and I've missed sharing with you all of the things I've been working on, knitting, spinning, and life-wise. A little bit of a PSA, I'm a cat mom of 4 cats, and what likely is going to be happening at some point is someone's going to jiggle my camera, and we could have a little bit of an oopsie, but that's part of the fun. And I wouldn't change the fact that I'm a cat mom for anything. I love my cats. I'm always going to refer to them as my kids because we are cat people, and cats are not just cats to us. So, without further ado, format's going to stay kind of the same as what I was doing over on Instagram, but I'm going to go over finished objects that I've done in the last couple of months. Not everything, because that's a lot, but It will be some of my favorites that I've completed in the last couple months. I have 2 whips to share with you today. I have a lot more than that, but for the sake of time, I don't want to get too many things going, and so maybe at some point I will share those projects in a later video. But so 2 whips, some finished objects, and then yeah, let's start with that. I think that's a good tiptoe back into the realm of Thursday Ramblings. So let's begin. This is Thursday Ramblings with the Traveling Knitter. Hi, I'm Madison, and let's go over some finished objects. So my first finished object, this is the Alder pullover by Rebecca Clow. It is in Suburban Stitchers, DK weight and Swamp, and that's the green color that's here on the collar, and then the sandy taupe color is Wool Dreamers Cautiva. This was a lot of fun to knit. It's only like my second or third raglan project, and I really enjoy Rebecca's patterns. They're a lot of fun for me. I've previously worked on and finished her, oh, now I'm going to forget the name of it. It was one of her first patterns that came out. Oh, the Cargill. Her Cargill pullover was one of my favorites. Favorite pullovers I've ever done. So I wanted to try another one. This yarn I picked up at Rhinebeck a couple years ago, and so this will be one of my Rhinebeck sweaters this year. It is a slip stitch kind of mosaic pattern, and it was a ton of fun until I got to the sleeves. Doing this sort of thing on a sleeve, any sort of color work on a sleeve, to me, is nah. I'm learning as I go that there's certain things I'm willing to do and certain things I'm not. And I hate sleeves to begin with. So not from a lack of not wanting a sleeve, but the act of knitting a sleeve is just mind-boggling to me. I can't. But I really did enjoy the stitch pattern throughout the body. It worked up really, really quickly for me. And the yarn is so nice and fuzzy and squishy and warm. Like, this is the best kind of sweatshirt, fancy sweatshirt that I could have. So a couple things. If I do want to do this pattern again, I think, but I will do it as a short sleeve version. So I'll still have, you know, like probably about like a t-shirt length sleeve. But I've decided that I would do, instead of a ribbed collar and ribbed sleeves, I would do I-cord edges on both the collar and the sleeves. And then on the bottom, I would still do a 2x2 rib, but instead of it being like a circular round rib, I would do split hem. So essentially, working this area flat, the front would be one length, the back would be another length, and there'd be a split. I just think that would be a lot more wearable for me, much more enjoyable for me to wear. Even though I really do love wearing this one, those are the couple things that I would go back, and when I do plan to do another one, I will be making those changes on the next one. But yeah, this is my Alder pullover. Okay. So, to go back, at the beginning of the year, before I went MIA, I decided that I was going to do a Make 9, which essentially, meaning I picked out 9 projects that I was going to complete before the end of the year, and the one stipulation I set for myself was that I was going to only do one design per designer, so I couldn't fill up my Make 9 with all Stephen West or all Rebecca Clow or all Jennifer Shields Toland, who is one of my favorite knitwear designers. I could only pick one pattern from each, so I picked, obviously, I could not do a Jennifer Shields Toland pattern, and I could not do a Stephen West pattern. The first pattern I did complete for my Make 9 was my Jennifer Shields Toland pattern, and I will be very sad to not knit on her stuff for a little while I work through the rest of my Make 9, but this is the Hudson Ripple shawl This is one of her latest designs, and I knitted up in Camellia Fibers in the Sylvan DK base in Red Poppy. And Sylvan DK, it's a alpaca, silk, and cashmere blend, so this is very drapey. The stitch pattern is some fake cables with some traditional cabling kind of scattered throughout. And I really enjoy how the yarn kind of features the patterns. I love this zigzag throughout. I think it's absolutely pretty. And it's so squishy, so comfortable to work with. And this was a really, really fun repetitive knit to work on while watching TV or catching up on my audiobooks. One of my favorite things, though, not just the stitch pattern, is this edge. I think this edge is really, really, really pretty. Like, really, just, it's nice and smooth without being too finicky. And one thing you know if you're a shawl knitter is that if you don't have a defined edge, it kind of does curl in on itself. So without sacrificing any of the design of the stitch pattern, Jen added this really pretty simple edge, and it just really, really makes the shawl, honestly. But yeah, this is very comfy and cozy. I still need to take pictures of this. You know, I have yet to take pictures of this, but I need to. So that'll be on my to-do list once the weather in New Jersey decides to stop raining. Okay. My last finished object, knitting finished object, is another Make 9 item. This is the Rebel Shawl by Knit Graffiti. She is a brioche knitwear designer. All her designs have some element of brioche in them. This is my first brioche shawl that I've completed, and it's been on my to-do list, on my queue, for probably 3 years now, and I finally did it. I bought this yarn back in 2022 for this shawl. It is Farmer's Daughter Fibers in the Foxy Lady base. The blue-green color is Ranch Romance, and then the white, which is the main color, this, it's a very long name. Are You Sure, Hank? Done It That Way. I don't love long names for yarn, but the yarn's very pretty. It's not just a plain white. I'm gonna see if I can find a spot that's got like a nice bit of speckle on it. It's probably not gonna come up on camera, but it's got some blue-green speckle in it to go with the blue that's the other color. So I really enjoyed this pattern. I was very concerned with doing a brioche shawl because of the kind of time-consuming nature of going back and forth. But because of the way that these bulbs work up, it adds a little bit of difference in the rows. So you're not just doing straight knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, knit, slip one, purl, slip one, however you want to say it. There's some interest factor in here. So this was a lot of fun to do up. I would do another one, and I would do it even bigger. I would make another one much bigger and much longer, because this is just a cute little, you know, wraparound thing. So great for like a transition, but and like on a warmer day, like if you still need something around your neck, like very, very cute. But it's not gonna provide like a ton of warmth. It's just kind of here to look pretty, so, which is perfectly fine. Not everything needs to be functional. So I really do enjoy this. I would knit it again. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, a great start to brioche shawl knitting. And I can't wait to do another one. But yeah, so that's my finished objects. All right, so I have 2 spinning finished works to show you. I recently purchased a custom built Magpie spinning wheel from Daedalus Spinning Wheels. They're based in Kentucky, I believe. And I was on they do a wait list for a lot of their machines, and I was on the wait list for probably about 3 or 4 months, and when my name came up, I was really, really excited. It was going to come right at the end of tax season, so I was already foaming at the mouth for a new spinning wheel, and it was just gonna be like the perfect like cherry on top of being done with busy season, and now I get to play. So I've since been working on my Magpie spinning wheel. I love it. It's so lightweight, it's so quiet, and I just really enjoy the yarn I've been making on it. So I've got 2 yarns that I worked on the new machine. So the first one is a BFL yarn from the fibers from Porter Wool, and this is from my Eras Tour Mystery Club from last year in the colorway 1989. So it's mostly blue with a lot of pink and orange thrown out, and maybe a little bit of green in here. It's in BFL, like Blue Face Luster, for those that aren't in the know. And it's very squishy and soft. It was a lot of fun to work up on the machine. And this was also my first attempt at chain plying. I'd never chain plied a yarn before. So first yarn on the new machine, first chain ply ever. I think it turned out pretty good. I'm planning to put this in a cowl later this year. So not sure what pattern yet, but it's probably like a light worsted heavy DK weight yarn. So it'll be great as like a color changing yarn in a cowl design. So that is 1989. And then my second yarn that I want to share, this is from Walnut Hill Farms. They're in Pennsylvania. And this is a teal blue kind of slight variegation, almost tonal yarn that I spun up. It was merino and nylon. And I had a couple hiccups throughout with some of the fiber. Not too horrible, but it's definitely a bit thicker than I normally like to do. But it's enough fiber here, enough yarn here to make a worsted weight hat, which is perfect for winter. I always love to make new hats, and I think this will be really, really, really pretty. Maybe I'll do some cables with this. Again, still very squishy and plump and fun. But yeah, this is my other yarn. Lost my train of thought. Okay. Whips time. Okay. So, first whip is my third Make 9 item that I've been working on this year. So, once I have this one done, we'll be a third of the way done. This is, I do this every time. Where's the front? This is the Pictus pullover by Teti Luxek. I've never worked with this designer before, so this is my first instance with one of her patterns, but I really, really love this design. It's a floral design that I decided to do in a color changing yarn. So I'll start with the yarn. The blue main color here, this is Primrose Yarns in their Replay Sport in blue gray. The color changing yarn is also from Primrose Yarns, and it is in Homestead Sport in the colorway Big Truck. I love this colorway. It goes all the way from orange, rust, brown, navy blue, teal, green, olive green situation, and it's a lot of fun. Can you super tell what the color work is supposed to look like? No, and that's okay. I really like how it looks. Even if the color work isn't super legible, and I don't really care. I didn't want to do plain color work for some reason in this sweater. I just didn't think I wanted that. So, I get to do what I want because it's my sweater, and there you go. So, one of my favorite features on this sweater is that the underarms go to these kind of like stripes essentially. It's one blue stitch, one color changing stitch, and then repeat, repeat, repeat. So you've got kind of like a speckled stripe going on underneath the underarm. And then you go back to the floral pattern. I stopped working on this because the body requires 2 charts to be worked on at the same time. And I started this during tax season, and I felt like that was too much at that time. So now that it's not tax season and I have more brain power, I will get back to working on this. But yeah, this is my Pictus. and this will be my third Make 9 item. I have several more, a couple hats, and or maybe one hat, and one pair of socks. So those will go very quickly. Those I could probably finish in the same month. I have a couple more garments that I need to make from my Make 9, as well as I have at least one more shawl, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've got one more shawl. Wow. Can I remember? No, I can't remember. But it's okay. Alright. And my deviation from my Make 9 this year, outside the alder sweater, I'm working on a test knit for Andrea Gahn. This is the hyacinth tank, not pullover, tank. And it is a all-over lace tank top for summer in a cotton linen blend, ritual dyes, undying decay, and hyacinth, like the tank top. Hyacinth tank in hyacinth yarn. So I am currently working on the I-cord edge on the armholes. I did one, so you can see here how the I-cord is turning out. I was in a little bit of a predicament because if you can tell from the shaping of the arms, when you don't have the armhole shaping on the armhole, it's very loose. So I was concerned that it was going to be too big for me, but my understanding from the test knit group is that once you add the I-cord edge, it shrinks up the armhole, and therefore it fits a lot better. So we're just going with it. I was going to continue working on Body Island, but I put that on pause because I might have to rip back a bit and put in some waist shaping, which is okay. We have time. This pattern should be coming out in June, I think. I really enjoyed working on this pattern. I don't do a lot of summer knitwear because I don't love working with cotton and linen, but this yarn was really forgiving, like not super tough on drying on your hands. And I just really enjoyed the construction. I would probably do this again. And then depending on how this fits at the end, I might size down. And I might actually do it in a wool. I could do it in a DK wool. It might be a little excessive for summertime, but I could also do it in a fingering weight wool as well. Anyway, so this is the hyacinth tank, and that is my other whip that I've got working on right now. So I should be done with that soon, but we'll see. So that's it for what I have for you today. I do plan to do Thursday ramblings now here on YouTube rather than doing them on Instagram. I still plan to post sometimes on Instagram, but mostly I really enjoy doing these like longer videos talking about my knits and going more into detail on each project rather than just kind of giving you like the weekly spiel. And I do plan in the future to film, I don't want to call it a de-stash video, but essentially like I'm inventorying right now all of my yarn stash, going through all of the different weights of yarn that I have and like labeling them and just kind of figuring out what I want to keep and what I want to donate and what I want to maybe like put up on Ravelry as like a stash for people to purchase from, because I know that there's probably people out there looking for that one hank of yarn that I already have that I don't plan to do anything with. So I do hope to get that done, and I do hope to I do hope to film that process once I start going through all of it. But that was what I was working on off camera during tax season, is like a little bit of a breather project because it was something that was really getting to me. I have many lifetimes worth of yarn in my house, and now that I'm spinning my own yarn, I'm trying to be more careful about what I'm buying, because I don't want all of this yarn to be left here and not used. I want people to be working with it, and whether it's myself or a friend or, you know, someone else who loves knitting or crocheting. But yeah, I don't want it going to waste. There's lots of pretty yarn already in my collection, and if I'm not going to use it, it should go to someone who's going to love it just as much as I maybe would have. But yeah, so that's it on my end. I won't be filming next week. I'm already telling you I won't be back next week. Wow, after like 5-month recess. I'm going to be gone. I'm going to be in North Carolina visiting some friends, and so I won't be filming next week, but I will be back soon. It won't be that long. And I will get to share with you hopefully a couple more finished objects, maybe some more spinning. But yeah, I hope y'all are well, and until then, keep knitting, keep creating, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.